Hey guys, welcome to class. Today I've got a quick demo on using Illustrator's new text-to-graphic beta version on the latest version of Illustrator. So long as you have your Illustrator application updated, you'll have access to this. And you may actually even see it promoted when you first sign into Illustrator. If I zoom in here on the window, you can kind of see some of these images that are popping up here. There's a prompt where you can actually write your text, and then it shows you versions of things that are coming up. So here I was trying to find a banner. I also was trying to find like a burning stick or a burning torch. You can see some other options that came up there as well. That was the first option of torch. I was trying sunburst, also like doomed clouds or clouds, and then I was finding images of books. And so the kind of neat thing, the power of this process is it's like a, I don't know, supercharged version of clip art, only you're using artificial intelligence and text to kind of direct how the computer looks into its library of images and like how to actually organize those images or combine those images together. So if you guys look at my simple logo here, I've got my doomy clouds in the background, I've got a book here, and I've got this torch sitting in front of the book, and then I threw some text in front of it, so academic decathlon, and then I've got my Ventura County up above. Not entirely sure if this is the best. I imagine if a student made this work and submitted it, they might actually win something, but for a first stab with some of my experience and abilities, I'd say this is still pretty entry level. It's not super exciting. It's kind of what you would expect a not very talented designer to make. Where I think it gets more interesting, and this is the thing I want to encourage you guys to do, is don't just use the text to vector graphic function as like your shortcut now for actually creating designs. It's always going to be kind of an interesting and a quick way to come up with a solution, but it's always going to be lacking that human hand-drawn creative solution that you guys will come up with, just because you all have individual ideas and brains, and you'll come up with interesting solutions that an artificial intelligence just simply won't, because it's not you. To demonstrate this, say the last thing I want is like, I'll type in a sunburst, so S-U-N-B-U-R-S-T. I'll hit enter, just so you guys can actually see what this looks like. So a prompt is loaded, and you'll just want the computer to kind of take a moment and work on this drawing. So you can see off to the right, there's 3 examples that are popping up, and once they're done, you can look at them. The sunbursts that are created are going to be based off of the artwork that is on the artboard. So I'm going to scale this down just so we can see it. So the main reason that this is creating this kind of like color scheme is because I have this current color scheme set up in the logo that I've just designed. If I click on the other options, it'll show those versions. And it can be a neat way to come up with like kind of abstract art, or potentially work that would be a composite logo, so you can use a bunch of these different images to put together one solid logo. So last thing I'll do is I'll just scale this up, stick it right in the center. I'll start to send it to the back just to see what it looks like. And I'm going to put a blending mode on this. Maybe I do overlay. And we'll see what that looks like. Blah. Kind of looks like vomit. I'd say that's not really successful. It's just made the image kind of a bit more confusing. So the thing that I want you guys to see is that you can use this new tool to create some interesting graphics. and it can potentially make some solutions for you in the long run. Last thing I'll do is 2 books sword fighting. So a lot of you guys have been kind of interested in creating this image, and it's most likely a solution that the computer can knock out pretty easily. So you can see the previews again, the top 3 previews. If you don't like the first options, you can always hit the generate button again. So there's one. So it's a book with swords, 2 books with a sword. Again, I can hit the generate button again, and we can see what kind of options we have. Looks like we have a circular crest with 2 swords crossed. Then it looks like we've got 2 books that have guys standing next to them with shields. That's kind of interesting. Swords crossed. Again, I'm not quite sure what these images are, but they could potentially turn into neat solutions for your designs. So that's where we're going to stop today. Again, using the text to vector graphic new beta version within Adobe Illustrator.